Something really cool arrived from BitFenix. Now this is DAWN TG tempered glass case, which has something really special. And as you can see right here on these sides, it's actually an RGB lighting, so it kind of does get a special design and definitely different than any other case. Now if you're worrying about the front tempered glass and the intake here as well, you have an intake on this side, so that's solved, and you have an outtake here at the top. Speaking of the top outtake, you can do two things. Now you have a meshed top as well, which is magnetic, and you have a full cover which is also magnetic, so you can swap depending on your airflow, depending what you want to do with your case. Do you want a complete slick design, as you can see, or do you want a full meshed top? I usually prefer going with the mesh top, so we're going to go with that one and just going to remove this one. Here you do receive a quick installation guide for the DAWN TG, so you can easily check everything that is inside this case. Now the one thing that they did different than any other manufacturer, and it sounds like they're going back to the roots when it comes to side panel opening. Usually when you have a tempered glass side panel, it goes like this. You have 4 thumb screws, but here they did a bit different. So you have 2 thumb screws at the back. When you untie them, you just remove the tempered glass, and that is basically all there is to it. Now when we remove the tempered glass, we get some interior insight without a doubt. So you have a power supply shroud which has a bracket for 2.5 inch SSDs, and you have loads of holes at the back for your cable routing, so this is really cool. Next to that you have an opening here for your power supply, which if you want to stand out, you can do that. And you have loads of holes in the power supply, on top of the power supply shroud, so if you want to switch your power supply to make an extra exhaust, you can do that as well. The case comes stock with 2 front standard fans. These are brushless DC fan, 120mm, and you get one at the back. This one looks like a BitFenix Spectre fan, which has the additional possibility to connect via a addressable RGB header, and you have a possibility to connect it with 3-pin connectivity with an extender as well. Interior is really interesting because you have loads of openings around the motherboard for, I don't know, 8-pin connectivity, 24-pin connectivity, SATA 3 connectivity and stuff like that. On top you have power button, reset button, you have a possibility to adjust the lights, you have the separate 3.5mm jack for your headset and separate for your microphone, and you have USB Type-C and USB 3.0. Now let's go at the back and remove the side panel to check out how did they manage to do that. Now this is it, guys. They don't have actually anything here that shines the light on the side panel, which you usually can see, but let's check it out more thoroughly. So the back side has additional 2.5 inch bracket for your SSDs or for your hard drives, which you can swap back on the front side of the power supply shroud. So this is really cool because it gives you some sort of modularity. If you want it on the front, you can have it on the front, but you can have it in the back as well. And then we have this cable shroud that hides all the cables from your tempered glass, so it isn't seen when you're looking at the back side as well. So okay, removing it fairly easy. You just have to, as I said, untie 4 screws, that's it. At the back you have an RGB controller, which gives you the possibility to connect everything you have, which is addressable RGB, to that controller. One more thing before we go into testing thermals and stuff like that. At the bottom right here you have loads of space for cables, and when it comes to power supply and everything underneath the power supply shroud. Okay guys, so here it is. You have the possibility to mount your GPU vertically, and you get this bracket which you just swap it with the standard brackets right here and place this one, which gives you the possibility, as I said, to mount your GPU vertically. This is really cool because it's not directly connected, well, not too close to your tempered glass. You still have like 4 or 5 centimeters distance from the tempered glass to your GPU, so the tempered glass doesn't give an extra heat to your graphic card and doesn't hold up the heat. At the bottom, as I said, you have one bracket. Actually, you can manage possibly 2 hard drives, 3.5 inch, and you have really loads of space for your hard drives. Okay, so I built a PC, a complete build inside with Intel Core i9-19900KF. We have the RTX 2080 Super Gaming X Trio, which is kind of a high-end build, I would say, definitely. And I was really curious about the intake, the only intake right here on the side. Will it be enough to cool those components? I did place a 240 AIO at the top, and you have one exhaust at the back. I do have to say, 2 fans 120 are acting as an intake for the whole cooling system. So basically this is it. These are the temperatures. In heavy loader, so 33 minutes plus or something like that, 100% load on the CPU, 61 Celsius degrees, which is quite alright. Then we have PUBG. CPU was at 30%, going up to 48 Celsius degrees, GPU 75% on average, 65 Celsius degrees. Then we have Tomb Raider Lara Croft. CPU was going 47%, 51 degrees, and GPU was going up to 65 degrees as well as on PUBG. So basically this is it, guys. I mean, it did cool really nicely, but the whole point of this case isn't just cooling. I mean, it does it nicely, and without a doubt it did cool even the processor and the GPU, and I had no issues with thermal throttling, of course. So the intake, the only intake right here on the side from top to the bottom, is just enough to cool those high-end components. Now the main thing, as I said, is the side stuff. As you can see right here, they added all of this RGB on the back side and on the front side. And what they did with the tempered glass, they tinted the whole tempered glass. So this side and the front side, they tinted it dark, so the light can only shine on these parts and actually on these lines at the bottom. So it kind of makes a cool effect with the lines. And here on the front side, as you can see, it really does give a special effect, doesn't it? Now, of course, you can adjust it through your Asus ROG Sync, MSI Mystic Lights, Gigabyte RGB Fusion, ASRock Polychrome Sync, whatever you wish. You could just connect it and adjust it, and maybe go with a single color, turn it off. It's all up to you guys. This is just an addition that you, if you like it, you can use it, or if you don't have to use it. That was it, guys. You heard the temperatures, you heard basically everything there is to know. Building inside is very easy. There's nothing particularly hard. You have an extra ventilation beneath, well, basically on the power supply shroud. You get 3 fans, 2 stock 120 on the front and 1 RGB at the back, which does remind me of their Spectre fans, even though it doesn't say it's Spectre fan, but they do look kind of similar because I placed 2 on top on the radiator. So yeah, that is it. This is BitFenix DAWN Tempered Glass. I'm putting the links below for you if you wish to check it out and have a full RGB madness, single color madness, or non-color madness. It is up to you. Thank you for watching. See you next time, guys, in another review. Bye bye.